Money plays an important role in our everyday lives, if you like that or not. And the more you have this part of your life under control, the more you can concentrate on the other parts like health and relationships or maybe your job. And this is not about getting rich, it's about getting comfortable with your personal finances. And no one can do that for you. The good news though is it's really not that hard. And there's actually 4 numbers you need to know, which we'll be discussing in this video. It's what comes in, what goes out, what you owe, and what you own. These numbers really changed the course for me. They led to the 6-figure amount I own by now, and they're the foundation of personal finances really. So this is why I want to share them with you. Alright, number 1, what comes in? It's basically all your income. So all the things that have this little plus sign in your bank account. If you are employed, this will be your salary. So for that you just check your paycheck or your bank account. If you are self-employed or an entrepreneur, this will be all different kinds of sources where you get your money from, but they will be before taxes and before investments in your self-employment or in your business. So for this case, I would recommend to keep them separately, a private account and a business account. Other sources of income besides your salary can be dividends from shares you own. It can be rent if you own a property and you lend it out. It can be gifts in form of money or really other income. Maybe you have a side hustle. Maybe you sell some things from your home that you don't need anymore. So income, everything that has a plus in your bank account or comes in maybe also as cash into your purse. Number 2 is what goes out. So really your expenditure. And this means everything you spend money on. It's every minus in your bank account. It's also what you pay in cash or with a card. And herefore it would be good to have an overview of all your cards you use to pay for anything. You can subdivide those costs into fixed costs. Fixed costs are the costs that repeat every month, that are the same every month. This would be like rent or insurances or maybe your phone bill or electricity. And the others will be variable costs. So this number might differ every month. This will be what you spend on food, on restaurants, on clothes, on holiday. It can also be a repairment of your car. You know, all these different expenditures that might not occur every month. And a little tip, if you want to start saving, your variable costs are a good place to start. So these first 2 numbers, income and expenditure, are more short term. It means what goes on in your finances on a weekly and on a monthly basis. The next numbers will be more long term. So number 3, what you owe. It means all your debt. Depending on the country you're living in, this may be more normal or less normal to have debt. The US, for example, is known to be a country where a lot of people have debt. But it doesn't matter where you live. It's important to know the number of loans. That can mean, do you have a mortgage? Do you have a student loan? Do you have credit card debt? And if yes, do you have 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 credit cards? Then to know the exact sum of each of those loans and also the sum in whole of all of your loans taken together, just so you have a good overview of how much money you owe to different places. And you should also know the interest rate to each of those loans so that you get a grip of how much you're paying every month just in interest rates. This can also help you to decide then which loan to take on first. This is a little advanced, but you can also calculate the date at which all of your loans will have been paid off. And number 4, what you own. This is your net worth. This is basically everything you have minus everything you don't have. So everything you have is everything that's in your bank account, that's in your savings account. It's what you own in shares and in real estate. And it also can be material items like cars and jewelries and art. Careful there though, because at the time you calculate your net worth, you would have to look it up how much it's worth at this time. Because, for example, if you bought a new car a year ago, it will not be worth the same now. So maybe check the potential price you could get for it at the time you're calculating your net worth. Once you summed up everything you have, now you subtract everything you owe. You've already done that in step 3. It's your debt, all of your debt taken together. The goal here, especially for personal finances, is that number to be positive, to be green, to have a plus in front of it. In business it's a little bit different because you might need investments before you actually make some money, but regarding your personal finances it's advisable to have it in the positive. So the net worth is really my favorite number because it's the most meaningful, it's the most transparent indicator of someone's finances. It shows the true value because in contrast what most people think, the income is actually not a good metric for wealth. Someone can have astronomical amounts of income and still exceeded by spending more than comes in. But the net worth really shows how good someone is with his personal finances. If you need help tracking those numbers, let me know in the comments, then I can make some more videos about this. If these numbers and the video was helpful for you, I would appreciate it if you gave it a like. For more tips on personal finances and your relationship with money, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.